Alright. We have another game for you today, and I'm really looking forward to casting this one. And I love this strategy. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, stupid, yet amazing at the same time. That's right, we are casting another nom you do window. We have the absolute legend of this strategy, the creator of this strategy, Love the Beeves, playing as the Khmer. Now, we talk about this strategy a lot in the Discord and how to make different adaptations, what you can do, how you can push this to the absolute limit. And one of the ideas was to go for Khmer and make sure that with the Khmer Elephant, you can get to the center faster. Wait, get to the center faster? For those of you who are not familiar with the Nom, the whole idea of a Nom is that you get to the middle and then construct a whole bunch of elite cannon galleons. Now, in our opinion, this is in the Discord, the best cannon galleon ships are Turks because of the additional range. So we have Mac user X86 playing as the Turks, who is going to be making those huge ranged cannon galleons in the center, and Spanish is really good because they basically get free ballistics on their elite cannon galleons and shoot really fast. So Decal is playing as the Spanish for this one. We also have to take a look at what they are doing in terms of strategy. The Nom strat has a whole bunch of different stages that you go through and then go back through, and it's an epic. It's an absolute epic with so many twists and turns. And people in the Discord told me, I haven't watched this one yet, this is the absolute epiphany of nominess. So what's going on over here is there is a delay going on. Decal is trying to slow down his opponent as much as possible, and Blue is trying to run in with man-at-arms, and he's opting now to just go for the wall and boom approach. So the first stage, and we've done this with sneak villagers, or you can do this with tower rush, or however you want to do it, is delay. Or if you want to just skip that stage and go for wall and boom, that is totally acceptable as well, because most of your opponents will want to wall and boom themselves. Blue, for example, already looks like he wants to wall and boom, and Gray is slowly getting ready to wall and boom himself, as is Mac user, now adding a third layer of wall. Spoiler alert, you can never have enough walls. I have been in the jungle for the last 10 days or so, and the first thing I did was, oh my goodness, this was fast, man. I didn't even notice that he had already chopped to the center. Love the Beeves. Man, that's like a 20-minute reaching the central pond. First thing I did when I come back is I said, guys, I want to play a Nom with you guys. And that's exactly what we diggity dang did. It's just so much fun. It's so fun. It's absolutely epic. It's stupid. Twists, turns, you'll see. Hopefully by the end of this game, you will understand why I love this strategy so flipping much. And there's a lot of thought that goes into this strategy. So for example, Red already built these docks on the far side of the pond just so that they can start trading with trade cocks relatively early on. You're going to fat slob your base wall after wall after wall after wall after wall after wall. You got a wall after wall after wall after wall after wall. It looks like the opponents don't really know what side to attack from. They constructed a castle on the bottom over here, and now they're also constructing a castle on the top. So it looks like two-pronged aggression. I'm just going to sit down and enjoy this game to the absolute fullest. I have a nice coffee going over here. I have a little cookie. I have a sandwich. And buckle up, Buttercup, because this game is only just beginning. So now there is a push on the bottom, and what you're doing in this stage, so after you chop to the center, is you're slowly getting everything to the center, and you're building up your eco in the middle to eventually transition into Lee Kangans. Oh, I love how he's adding petards, and Purple is just adding more and more walls behind. Over on the top side, though, it looks like they're having slightly more success. Yeah, oh god, that was really, really bad. 4 times petards, and now it looks like they are in on the top. And this could be absolute disaster for our Nom individuals, as their eco will be absolutely destroyed. There's nothing that they can do at this point, and this is GG, it looks like to me. I mean, obviously this game is over. Nothing you can do over here. That's done. All right, guys, that's a wrap. It was a weird short game to cast. I hope the Nam guys enjoyed it. Kind of a lame game, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, you just kind of broke through the wall, and now they're getting destroyed, and there's really nothing. I mean, look, all their eco is dead. It's kind of stupid and pointless, and kind of just a waste of like 50 in-game minutes, you know. Like they just got wrecked. Yeah, it's boring. It's dumb. It's really no. The game has only just begun. Like the Phoenix, the Nam will rise again. They have a whole secondary base going on in the center. This entire time they have been booming like a madman. Look at Beeves with his little ballista elephant. I have actually seen him go mass ballista elephant, which I'm wondering if he will do in this game or not. And he is chopping more space. And the reason that he's chopping more space is that you need to construct additional houses. Oh, he has the double poppers as well. That's amazing. I love that. And they have not even realized. Like, the opponents have not realized where they are at this point. They're like running around. They're like, okay, we gotta kill these lost villagers. Okay, they're gonna be defeated soon. Kill that one. Let's look around. Okay, let's just laughing. Haha. We're killing everything. Perfect. I don't think they've even. Okay, now they've realized. Because it's such a small chop. It kind of makes it so that they destroy your entire eco. And actually after, so let me just quickly go through the phases again. So first off, you have delay, or you can just wall and boom. So that's stage 1 and 2. After that, you chop to the center. You go onto water, which is stage 4. And then the next stage, which I was kind of laughing about and making it seem like silly and stupid and like the game was over. No, you actually get destroyed on land, which is part of the strategy. Wait, are these? They are war galleys. That's very interesting choice from Purple. You definitely just want cannon galleons. Cannon galleons are so much better than war galleys. War galleys do basically nothing. They don't have the range required to get the job done. And this is the stage that I like to call Desperation. Because now how do you deal with all of this? You have 91 and counting Spanish cannon galleons. You have 29 Turkish cannon galleons and counting. And did Beeves make any navy? Oh, it does look like he made just a couple of cannon galleons, which is useful, even though Khmer don't have really, really good cannon galleons. He just... Oh! My game is like, nope. You are not allowed to cast this one. Okay, let's see if we can just hop back in with Capture Age on this one. There we go. He is transitioning now into those elephants, which I thought that... Oh! Double nope. Can we I don't know what it is, but there's like this little glitch just around this time frame. I don't know what somebody has done. It might crash one more time here, and I actually had to restart this just because that happened. That's why I already knew some of the things that were going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, but I wanted to make this so good. Oh, come on, push through. You can do it. You can do it. Do it. Just do it. Beeves is slowly putting the elephants into the transport ships over here. I don't know what it is around this particular time that makes Capture Age want to just crash and cry and burn, but it does, and it's a thing. And if you want to skip through that, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm going to just suffer through it, just like I suffer for most of my life. Massively constructing houses just to make sure that he can get as many elephant surprises in those transport ships as well. I thought he might go for mass elephant, and he has chosen to do so. The only way to really stop this is by means of mass treb, in my opinion. People go for a whole bunch of different ideas. One of the ideas that they go for is going for mass meat shield, like Hussar, or I've even seen like Paladin, or anything that's kind of meaty in the front, and then with archers behind. It does not work because you simply outrange Mangudai, and they shouldn't be able to get any kills on you if you micro properly. Now the problem is that the pond is a certain size, so in the beginning, when you have, say, 113 elite Spanish cannon galleons, you are going to lose ships here and there, but you should be able to still keep a really substantial mass going. Another thing that people do is try to go for mass monk. In my opinion, that also really does not work very well. Or mass siege. Oh, here we're seeing the mass siege. They're going for mass rams over here, and this is about where I left it off last time when it crashed. I didn't want that crash to occur, but hey, it happened again at the same time, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Build a navy. No, no, laughs. Don't resign. Oh my god, the taunting. The taunting is definitely part of the strategy as well. It's kind of BM to a certain degree, but it's also kind of fun. And this is all played on ranked currently because Oasis is in the map pool. Is this a legitimate strategy? I think it can be. I honestly think it can be. It's not the fastest way to climb the ladder, but it is winnable. You're not playing this to lose. You're not playing this to eventually just give up. No, you're playing this to get to stage 7, which is back on land. And I'll add all the stages in the description over here for you guys in a little bit. As this game progresses more and more and more, I will go over some of the things that I did in the jungle and have some fun. Petards! You see that? Mass petards from blue just to try and destroy as much as humanly possible. It actually gets really, really desperate once they can't destroy anything anymore. The trade cog's not very useful. There's already plenty of gold in the bank for them. 7k, 2k. Not very much for Mac user actually in terms of gold. But it doesn't matter. They're going to destroy absolutely everything. And the funny thing is you kind of cycle back and forth between these different stages. Also, you have to keep in mind that there are still 79 elite ballista elephants in the center over here. I know I've had this on 8 times speed. I honestly wish that I could watch this on regular speed. But if I did, then I would be here absolutely all day. And look at this. He just deleted it. He's like, you want the houses? Have the houses, man. They're all yours. Take them. Take them. There is nothing that you can take from me that I haven't already taken myself. I'm also a little bit curious to see what these individuals can see. Okay, so this is what they can see. This is the world that they know and love. Oh, they're deleting their walls. And this is the world right now. Look at this. Isn't this, I mean, I don't care what you say. I think this is epic. I'm going to make a sandwich and watch some basketball. See y'all in 12 hours. What kind of sandwich? Have fun. There were the monks. You could see that the monks were coming in to try and do some converting. I guess they hit the transport or the monastery that had the relics in there. The mass conversion is definitely not working. The castles are also not going to work. A reason being that you can actually range these from the shoreline. And now they're going for another desperation move, which is to try and construct docks in the center. But you cannot construct docks in the center when there are this many cannon galleons. They just instantly get destroyed. And they don't know what to do. They really have no idea what to do here. They're going for more meat shields. They're going for a treb or two to try and get rid of... There's no getting rid of this. There's simply no getting rid of this, because as soon as you come close, it just gets destroyed. Build a navy, build a navy, come on, build a navy. And that game that was boring and was going to be over in just a matter of 40 in-game minutes is now turning into something completely different. Like the Phoenix, Nam will rise again. They have transport ships with villagers in them to reconquer the land eventually. We can focus fire Hussar unless, keep building Hussar. They are annoying. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it is kind of interesting that people always go for this, and I've seen this so many times, is people just make Hussar, make Hussar, make Hussar, make Hussar, make Hussar, make Hussar. And it's kind of like, why? I guess it kind of takes some of the shots. I think a much better meat shield is skirmishers. Skirmishers is better, in my opinion, against this strategy because you are able to fire yourself. Everything does 1 damage basically to a cannon galleon anyway. So, siege tower, accidental misclick over here. Ooh, did get 1 conversion eventually. And even if they throw 3,000 units at you and only get 1 of your units, they are actually making progress, as you cannot rebuild in this strategy. All that you see here is all that the Nam boys will have all freaking game. It is absolutely essential that they do not lose these shipperoonies. This is so exciting. They're really, really going. Sometimes they just kind of like sit back, build a wall around, and kind of trap you in and go AFK and, kind of like come back online and make sure that you're still in the center. No, these guys are actively attacking with Mangadai, with Trebs, with Bombards. They want to win. They are 2 hours and 30 minutes in, and they're like, no. We are winning this by means of brute force. I wonder when they're going to run out of steam. And this is a clan. The reason that I know that this is a clan is 1, because I looked them up, and 2, because they're not talking in the chat over here. If they were just a couple of randoms playing with each other, they would definitely be chatting a lot more on the game itself, which is actually sometimes hilarious, the things that people say, like, oh my god, easiest game ever, and then it's like, oh no. I'll link some other Nam games if you are interested. We are playing with 1 hand and eating popcorn with the other. Yummy. 120 Twitch viewers. I'm laughing at you. We did that at the very beginning. Enjoy. We played the center the entire game. It's all part of our plan. Okay, a little bit of BM there, but it wouldn't be a little bit of Nam if it didn't have a little bit of BM in the middle of it. So now they really, and the reason that you would want to enrage your opponent like that is because you want them to keep playing. Nam is actually not that fun if your opponent doesn't play. Sleep well, lies. This is another thing that people do, is they try and do the fake AFK thing. And then they're like, we're done. GG. I'm over it. I'm not going to do anything anymore. Run, guys. They can't go out to sea. Laughing. I don't know what that interaction was all about, but it was absolutely hilarious to say the least. It does not look like Green is actually AFK, as he is still constructing units. He's still getting upgrades. It's the fake AFK strategy. As we get ready for the long haul here, ourselves having a coffee and a cookie. And they've been so active, man. QQ left. We are going sleep. See you. Who is going to sleep? Blue is maybe going to sleep. Doesn't look like it. I think he was trying to say that to all chat to try and trick with the fake AFK, which is a lot of people do that. That way you come out and reboom. They want to see if you're able to reboom, and the non-boys, they're definitely able to reboom over here. Let's take another look at the map, because I just find this so absolutely epic. They've constructed castles all around the center. Sometimes what people will do is they will actually make a circular wall at exactly 17 range to see what the Turkish cannon galleons can hit, as they are the farthest shooting ships. Let me see if I can find a Turkish one. Yeah, right here. A total of 17 range on these bad boys. Looks like we might actually get to a point where most of the wood is going to be chopped. Look at the mini map. You can see where the wood was and where it is now. There's only like this patch over here, this patch over here. There's not much wood. All gold is gone. We can take a look at the market price actually. So stone is now 800 to buy. Oh, they haven't. Okay, this I disagree with. Because now if the non-boys make a market, they can buy really cheap wood and really cheap food. And gold is actually a replenishable resource, whereas wood is not. And they're also chopping their own wood. I think that's definitely a couple of mistakes that they are making over here. I don't think they were playing it badly. I think they should have kept going with the continual attack. There are some walls now being constructed. Yeah, this is what we often see in the Nom strat. And look at all these monasteries, because he wanted to mass convert. Is not going to work. Not with Slavs, at least. Maybe if you're Aztecs, you would have more success with that. But the only thing that I've really seen work well, or what worked well for me, as I actually was up against this strat. I had Beeves boom for an hour and a half, and me and Bingy Bombard took him on. Was going for skirmishers with Bombard cannons, but it also depends on the size of the pool. This pool here is relatively big because it's a 3 versus 3, so you might be better off just going mass trebuchet. Trebuchets are really clunky to use and really annoying to target the enemy ships, because once that ship moves out of range, it won't fire, and then you have to target the one that is in range. Trust me, it's an absolute nightmare to do. They are still trying to do the trap him in strategy over here, which is absolutely hilarious. I love how patient Love the Beeves has been with the elite ballista elephants. There are still 79 elite ballista elephants just chilling in the center as this game is finally stabilizing. So where do you go from here? Well, the win condition for this strategy is simple. You want your opponents to go AFK, give up, get annoyed, just resign. You just need to be more patient than they are. They need to have a worser time with the whole map than you are in this tiny little toilet bowl over here. I love it. I'm gonna start referencing this as the toilet bowl. And just so that you know, this game is not the longest Nom game, but it's up there. This is a 10-hour game. And to entertain you guys, I would like to tell you guys some of the stories / experiences that I've had on my little jungle trip. There were a lot of strange and odd occurrences that I experienced and learned from. And I always try to see things as learning experiences and yada yada blah blah blah. Even like with a strategy like this, I try and see this as a learning experience. And the funniest thing is, your opponent has a lot of time to learn from their experience and try different things. Now they're trying to do the mass trebs. And we've seen this all before. We've actually played this strategy 20, 30 times. If you get shut down in feudal age or in early castle age, you're gonna have a lot worser time. Look at this freaking bad boy over here. Do that 80 more times and you win. He's not wrong. That's actually what you need to do, is do that 80 more times. I think when we first started off, we had 113 elite cannon galleons from purple. He's only lost 13 so far. If we look over to Mac user, he has 65. I don't know how many he started with, but I don't think he has lost that many ships either. And he just has the infinite range. You're never going to hit these Mangadai, but man, oh man, oh my, is he going to try? Actually, I'd say that and he hit one, which is kind of funny. As I was saying, in the jungle, oh my god, these guys are active, man. I thought for sure they were just going to kind of like let it slide for a couple of minutes. No, from the bomb, from the top. You also really need to, in a 3v3, make it a very coordinated attack. You need one person to hit from the bottom. You need one person to hit from the top. You need another person to hit from either one of these sides. Also, these peninsulas, I'll let you in on a little trade secret over here. These little peninsulas are problematic. If you put, say, bombards over here, and do the same thing on this side, put bombards here and here, and then try and construct docks or towers or whatever over here and here, that's going to make it very, very difficult. We're going to have to come in a little bit, maybe get into range of some of your things, and then get shot to a certain degree. The thing is, even when you do that, it is not an easy task to get rid of this. This is just so flippin' difficult to deal with. Blue is thrown absolutely. He's throwing the freaking kitchen sink. He's like, Cav Archers, freaking Rams, freaking Trebs, freaking Monks. Green has fought at one point in this game. And they're generating infinite gold. They have infinite gold. They have infinite resources. Basically, would not be surprised if they started buying wood in just a couple of moments, just to make sure that they have the wood required to go for the long haul. Here, stabilize. Can I tell my fun jungle stories? Something is getting ram. Oh my god, they're still ramming down. It's 4 hours into this game and they're like, no, every single bit of purple in this freaking map has to be removed right freaking meow. Right meow. I tell you, right freaking meow. So when it went on, oh my god, it's still going. He's still trying. And Beeves still so patient with his 79 elite ballistic elephants, coordinating an attack now, but it's off timed. This is already cleared up, and now gray and blue are coming in from this side. I think green has actually gone AFK because I do not see him do very much. And in addition to that, he has banked up a lot of resources. And it seems like a lot of these idols are from green as well, probably just chopped through the wood or whatever it was. What an absolutely epic game, in my opinion. We had a very fast chop. We had a game that looked to be absolutely over. We had game crashes in this so far. And this game, guys, is honestly just beginning. That's why I'm not in a huge rush to tell all of my amazing jungle stories. But I will do so After this short commercial interruption, make sure that you like, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And my OnlyFans is where I generate most of my revenue from. So make sure that you check out Poop Daddy at Only. I don't even know an OnlyFans thing, but I really do appreciate all of you walking. Attack the enemy now! Attack the enemy now! I wonder if they're going to feel comfortable enough to hop out with those Khmer elephants, but no, it looks like they are still planning more and more attacks over here. Y2, yeah, laughs. They're just having conversation with themselves just to keep themselves entertained. Because look, this is all that they can see. They also think that there is still wood over here. I mean, they probably don't think that there's still wood over here, but they are under this vision that they have wood on the outer limits. But there's not. There is no wood. There is no hope. There is no life beyond the pond. There is only the toilet bowl. Join the Discord. The Discord is a really fun place to be and do memes with a whole bunch of friends, and Strugs and Piglobot and everybody is very welcoming in this community, and yeah. Fuck commercials. When my daughter was watching a whole bunch of TV on the high-speed train, there was definitely some commercials where you're just like, oh my god, why are you showing this to kids? One that I specifically remember is like foot cream. Could you please remove your warts from your foot with our wonderful, wonderful foot cream? Your daughter, who is 2 years old, will love this. I'm like, she's just trying to watch some, it's called like Super Wings, or I don't know what it's called, or she also watches the pet one and Storybots, which is all a lot of fun. Man, these guys are really, really aggressively attacking over here. Looks like Green has actually gone AFK. I can comfortably say that now because I haven't seen any army composition from him in quite a long period of time, which must be disheartening for their squad. Let's check in on the market prices as well. But there is a reason that there's advertisements, right? I mean, that's how, you know, YouTube is able to be free and unpaid service. That's how I am able to do what I'm able to. I guess I can always do. I don't really care about the money that much. I just care about the fame and glory that goes into a nom strat. I'm just playing around. Stories, yes. So we went to the jungle, high-speed train. First of all, the high-speed train can be quite a daunting experience. Everybody is shoving like sardines. Our train was delayed by 2 hours, which is very, very uncommon. for 13 elo points. Beeves is actually hilarious, and he looks the people up on AOE2.net and figures out where they are from. And then he will actually speak their native tongue to them by means of Google Translate, I'm assuming. Or he just speaks like 30 different languages. Because I've seen this guy speak Spanish. I've seen him speak Portuguese. I've seen him speak German. I've seen him speak English. I know that one's kind of surprising to me as well. I speak Dutch to people when I know that they are Dutch. It's just kind of funny to speak in their native language. There's no way that this castle is ever going up. Is that a wonder? Yeah, there are wonders constructed on their end now as well. They're like, we won this game and we are showing our dominance by means of a wonder. They have no idea what they're in for. Look how quickly those trebs get cleared out. I'm actually not opposed to meat shields, but I just think it has to be the right meat shield. I think skirmishers is the meat shield that you would want to have for this. Train is daunting, super packed, and there's always somebody in the train that just has their volume of their TikTok videos, of their YouTube videos, or whatever they're watching on full freaking blast here. And it's kind of a cultural thing. It's totally more acceptable for that to occur. There's not that many headphone users. I mean, like, if I don't know, in the US, people would get really, really angry if you were watching a whole bunch of videos in the train without your headphones on. Not the case here. It's just normal. It's just what you do. I think maybe for like little kids, it's also a little bit more acceptable. And there's a lot of little kids in the train, and the service is actually really great. These trains can go up to 300, 400 kilometers per hour. They normally only go like 250 because they have to stop at different stations, and the slowdown speed is anyway. But beside the point. So we get to our destination and we hop into a taxi, and I've never seen this occur in my life. But the taxi driver says, so we give him the address, and he says, okay, plug it in on your GPS. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, plug it in on your GPS. I'm like, you don't have a GPS. You're a driver. He's like, no, I don't have one. I'm like, but you're a taxi driver. That's like me going to do a cleaning job, but not having any cleaning products. Like showing up as a janitor and being like, I'm here to clean your stuff. I just don't have any of the cleaning supplies required. I'm trying to think of like a more ridiculous situation, like a cook showing up to prepare a feast and saying, yeah, I don't have any of the ingredients. Do you have like some mac and cheese in your fridge or any, like anything that you can use? Honestly, ooh, nice snipe skis there from Blue. Blue definitely still online, looking to get some easy killatures in. So I thought that, I don't know if that's interesting to you guys or not, but that was definitely something that I was dumbfounded by. That was the first time that something like that had occurred to me. Another thing that I find here very, very interesting is if you ever want to get onto a Wi-Fi, but you do not know the password, just try 8 times 8. Like not 8x8, no, just 8, the number 8 times. So 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. I don't know if I said that the correct number of times, but people love the number 8 here. On license plates, they love it. They love being on the 8th floor. It's just affiliated with, it's a superstition thing. It's like lucky number 7 kind of thing. In some places, in some buildings, you will actually see the number 4 crossed out because that's like the number 13, and how some buildings in Europe or America don't have the number 13. They have like this very small floor, which is like a fake floor, which kind of just makes you feel like 14 is kind of the 13th floor, but whatever. In China, they don't have the number 4, so they'll have like 3, and then they'll just skip to 5, or they'll have 3B, or they'll have, but everybody knows you're on the 4th floor anyway, but they don't want to call it. I don't know. I just find that interesting in itself. 8 is lucky, 4 is not. We've been to Korea. Ooh, some actual interaction. Laughing over here, laughing back. I don't think Blue has realized that he's not typing all of his messages into all chat, and sometimes he is typing to just his teammates. Still actively trying though with these cav archers over here. This is what the map is currently looking like. Green has banked up 140k of gold, the highest amount of gold that we've ever seen anybody collect in a nom strat was the 15-hour game in which one of our opponents actually managed to collect 1 million gold. Another interesting superstition thing, which maybe is not super related, but I thought was interesting nonetheless. And look, they're trying. It's 5 hours into this game, and they are checking whether or not they are still online, and they are definitely still online. There's nothing that's going to be constructed over here. They're doing the fake GGs over here. My goodness. Okay, and he kind of was bored of being on land here the entire time, so checking out what's going on over here. And this is also a way to debate your opponents in to get them to come and destroy your docks. And if you still have trade cogs, you can actually generate a little bit of gold from this. It doesn't look like they have any more trade cogs. They deleted them earlier on just to make their microing more efficient. And this is slowly just going to be taken out. Yeah, this is not the time, Red, to be rebooming on land. Elephant surprise. Holy moly. Epic. 5 hours into this game, and the elephants are disembarking. They figure there's only one more of them that's online, which is blue. And now we just go back onto land. That is epic. I really like that. And now how do you counter this many ballista elephants? Blue's here by himself. There's not much that he can do about all of this. He has to hold the line all on his lonesome while Red is slowly getting the pop space required to make additional villagers over here. That is epic. I mean, if I were blue now, I'd be calling up. Oh, it's because Gray either. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Gray either disconnected or just gave up. I do not know what happened, but that must have been a huge hit for Blue's morale. And now, all of a sudden, it's turned into a 3-on-1. All 3 of the Nom guys, they're committed. When we do this, we do this. We are willing to stay online for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, whatever is required. And we have done this enough times. Like, if you see us on Nom, you better kill us quick. The Hussar. You better kill us quick or cancel all of your plans if you're hoping to take a game off of us. Oh my god, the absolute destruction on those Bombard cannons now coming out from Red as well, just to micro down. Ooh, and the protection from the elephants. This is very, very tough for Blue to deal with. And if they come even closer, there's just cannon galleons there as well, which is hilarious. They can just slow push this to victory. I do think, even though Blue has like infinite resources, he should be constructing a lot more production buildings over here just so that he can replenish this a lot faster. And this Bombard cannon should eventually be used. Oh, wow, nice hit over there. Also coming up on this top side, hitting elephants with freaking trebuchets is amazing, in my opinion. What are we watching? 5 hours and a half into this game already. Played the entire thing on basically 8 times speed. Tell me this isn't epic. Tell me this isn't absolutely amazing. I haven't even gotten to like half my stories. I've written down all of these stories because I knew I was going to be casting this game, and I thought this game was going to be like a whole bunch of sitting in the middle. No way, Jose. This game has been action freaking packed. Paladins gone, Hussar gone, Castle gone, Bombards up, running, taking out castle after castle after castle after castle. Would not be surprised to see additional trade, to see additional ships being added. Slow and steady most certainly wins the race over here. You just gotta stay nice and close to that shoreline. Castles are very, very expensive to replace, and they have had enough of life on the ocean, which actually brings us to the next stage. And you can go back to the previous stage where you're destroyed on land again and have to go back onto the ocean. It does happen. It does occur. But the stage, as I accidentally switched to the wrong one, is actually back onto land. To retake land is the A step. So first, now they're back on land. Now the next step would be to actually win land. They have no way, in no way, shape, or form, won land yet. As blue is still actively trying to hinder their progress, but it's just him. His 60k gold is eventually going to run out. I love the addition here from Mac user for that monk, so he can heal up these elephants as they go. Also, must make sure that they have the pop space in order to keep constructing things. Red definitely does. I don't think purple is anywhere near the required amount of oof, and that monk gets sniped there as well. Required amount of pop. Maybe he is, because it looks like a siege workshop and bombers. He does have the required amount of pop, but it's pretty dang skippity close. I don't think you can do this as blue. I don't think you can handle 3 players, even though they're not all full pop, pushing on one side slowly. Oh, Paladino, do not lose these bombards. They're very expensive. And you do not have trade cogs yet. Their res is dwindling. This is epic. Absolutely epic. Is green ever going to come back? Green at any point could come back. He did say that he was going to go AFK. Skirmishers, yeah, good luck with that. Just get absolutely schmelted. It's a slow push to victory over here. Or is it? It could just be a stomp and back onto the ocean for our Nom boys. You never know what's going to happen in Nom. And oh, wait, green's back. Green is back. Wait, is he back? Or did they just trigger the units that are over here? It does not look like green is back, because if green was back, he probably... No, he is back. No, is he? Or are they just close enough? Is he making units? It does not look like he's making units. So I think that that was just a triggering of the units that are already there. But this is what I'm saying. You never know what is going to happen in a Nom strat. It is heart-wrenching. We tried a couple of times to get back onto land in our 15-hour game. And every time we did, we got squashed after about like half an hour of trying, and you lose a lot of res from doing that. Look at all these bombards doing work on these castles. Blue is thinking to himself, I can't let them win like this. I cannot. I have 62k gold. I cannot let them win. It's in freaking possible. They have a wonder, for crying out loud. There is... Did they delete the wonder? Okay, call me crazy, but there was a freaking wonder here. Was there not? Was there not a wonder? I wonder why. Okay, well, at least there's a wonder over here. They have wonders. You only make wonders if you think that you've already won this game, because they do absolutely nothing for you. Or I guess if you have thousands and thousands of resources of res. I thought for sure that there was a wonder somewhere over here on the mini map as well. I think it's time for another story as we progress forwards in this one. Sip of the coffee, bite of the cookie. So, I was kind of scared about my jungle trip. Wow, nice snipe on all of those bombards. Blue actually doing a really, really solid job defending here. Making it difficult for them. Now going into Cav. Hazar. Gets to start for free because he is Turks. Kind of as a meat shield. Ooh, trying to go for some conversions over here. Oh, but the Hussar just come into like a perfect time. That's awesome. That's hilarious. But blue can make stuff forever. He can make stuff for freaking ever, if so inclined. What's getting attacked over here? Oh, one treb. Okay. Effectively, purple is on that. So purple is on everything on the water. And then red and yellow are kind of pushing over here on this side, slowly but surely. Get it? Surely, because they're going off of the shore. Surely you got. I can't help myself. Got that joke. So how do you take a 2-year-old to the jungle? I was quite worried about that. What if she gets hurt or, that kind of thing. But I think it's important to have adventurous experiences with your kids, and we really needed a vacation. I've been working nonstop for basically ever since my daughter was born, because I want her to have a better life. And one of the reasons I actually also do the do rams actually do good against ballista elephants? Oh wow, they do huge amount of damage. Rams are actually the way to go, strangely enough, against ballista elephants, which is pretty hilarious to say the least. If you can get those siege rams in close enough, they took off chunks of health. It started off with 79. Beeves has actually lost 24 of them. I think blue could potentially push this back eventually, but red is also rebooming on the land now slowly. This is such an epic game. As I was trying to say before, it's important to have adventurous experiences with your kids to try and give them the life that maybe you did not have growing up. Ooh, and he is going to get a conversion on that as well. Not that he really needs the conversion, to be fair. Back to the ocean. Yeah, they just made like a whole bunch of progress, destroyed a whole bunch of buildings over here. And now they kind of have to go back, because if they go too far out, blue can simply just kill. I think some of these Hussar maybe should try and run around, see if they can get into the trade route. There's no trade over here. But if you do run, eventually you should be able to maybe get through to this trade line. This trade line is not very well protected at all. I think you just make the necessary preparations. You think about all the things that could possibly go wrong. We got mosquito wet wipes. We got our favorite towel. We knew that we were going to be able to access certain stores there. We looked that up. We looked up, nearby hospitals and stuff like that. And obviously, my wife can speak Chinese, so that really is a huge burden off of me, knowing that we will be able to communicate if there is some sort of an emergency. And something did actually happen on our trip, which was kind of funny, to say the least. So my wife really wanted to wear some of the traditional clothes there, and as she had like these long, like plastic fingernails on, because I guess that's what they were wearing, but they're technically supposed to represent gold, but we're not rich, so they're like these gold long fingernails, and it kind of showed back in the olden days that you didn't have to work because you never had to use your hands. And boy, oh boy, could my wife not use her hands to save her life. So she was about to take this photo shoot. My daughter's like up against her, and then all of a sudden she slips, but my wife can't grab her because she has these fingernails on. So then she smacked her cheek onto one of the chairs that were there, and actually got a small little bruise, which I was kind of sad about that she got that, because it looks kind of funny on some of the pictures, just to say the least. But that was a learning experience. Also, I find that in a lot of these tourist places, people are just out to scam you. So when they say, okay, you can do a nice photo shoot and whatnot, okay, they say this price. It's I don't know exactly how much it was. It's like, okay, it's $30, but then you only get to do one set of clothes. But if you do another set of clothes, you only have to add 15 bucks, so it's only 45 bucks. So you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll do that then. And this is for a lot of things, not just a photo shoot. If you want to, for example, they were doing hair braiding, which was a local thing there. They have these special strings that they use. And they say, okay, if you want the braids, it's only going to cost you $1, right? Because it's hair braiding. And then after 5 of them, they say, and your hair still looks silly at that point. You only have 5 of them in. Wow, I love how he's like under the TC here as well, just instantly getting healed. It's surprising, but Blue's res has actually gone up, not down. Blue's looking like he could do this for a long period of time, and it looks like he has a dedication to, at the very least, try. There have been some trade cogs that have been added as well, but I don't know if they're actually going to be able to push Blue. The res is not looking great at all for Decal, for Mac user. Only Love the Bees has a decent amount of res in the bank. He has like 7k wood, 2k food, 3k gold. It's not great. It's a difficult situation. This is not as cut and dry as I maybe thought it was going to be just an hour in-game time earlier. Blue could actually just do this single-handedly by himself. Scamming. Yeah. So, for example, they say, okay, put the braids in. So you get 5 of these braids in for $1. And then they say, do you want more? And then you look at your hair and the game crashes. And you say, yeah, of course I would like more braids. It looks kind of silly. I only have 5 braids in my hair. This is for women, of course. And they say, okay, well, if you want more, it's going to cost you another $1. Okay, well, what's another $1? Then you have 10, and then it still looks kind of silly. So you're like, okay, now add 15, and another $1, and another $1, and another $1, and another $1. And that's kind of also how these photo shoot scams work. So you decide to do 2 outfits, and you're like, okay, that's cool, 45 bucks. And then they're like, oh, do you want us to do your makeup and make you look nice? Well, that's going to cost you another 10 bucks. So now you've gone from 30 bucks almost to double. But they're not done yet. Then they say, oh, well, do you want to have your photos professionally edited? Do you want to go to a special location? Or do you want these special jewels that you can wear during the photo shoot? And every single one of these things is an additional cost. Not much, but it is additional. And I just find that the whole world is filled with these kind of like, and look at this. They're pushed back onto water. They could not stay on land, even against one opponent. This is absolutely epic. We are back to stage 5. Get destroyed on land. Man, I'm loving every moment of this. I know it's taken me almost an hour to cast this, but boy, oh boy, is this enjoyable. Now what? Yeah, now what? Now we back, but we have a whole bunch of more trade cogs, don't we? So that's a thing. Things are things. This is not very efficient trade. I think they should have definitely gotten more wood. 16 and 32 wood is not very good. Only beeves can kind of save them. The wood price is actually getting to the point where it is quite bad. 645 for 100 wood. Food is still very, very reasonable. And we're getting to the point where every single tree looks to be chopped. There are idle villagers everywhere. I guess there's still a couple of very, very small patches. But for the most part, and I love how like there's like this huge gap over here where they just tried to push forward and destroyed everything. And then there's just castles everywhere. The thing is, Blue probably doesn't want to pay 6,500 stone for additional castles just to rebuild them here in this area, which is kind of interesting to say the least. 100k gold. Green, who's basically been AFK for the last 4 to 5 hours, has accumulated almost 300,000 gold. So wet. Good luck killing our ships. Good luck killing me. Oh, it's a Mexican standoff over here. You can't kill me, I can't kill you, kind of thing. Which is true, but eventually there's three of them and one of you. You're going to have to go to sleep. As my dog is trying to scratch the floor. And overall, the scams are really not that bad. And I think it's any vacation destination that I've ever been that these are things. Also with like haggling, I love haggling. I think haggling is fun. It's interesting. It makes for good communication. We actually bought these shoes, and I had them down to half their original price, but they still got like double the money than maybe they should have, because in another shop that we found they sold them significantly cheaper. But that's just haggling. That's just fun. That's, it is kind of, but you want to see as a salesperson how much money you can possibly make. I had the same experiences in the Philippines. I had the same experiences in Spain and Portugal on the beach, where people are selling you different things, and it's all about like how much is it worth to you, because they're producing these things for near nothing, right? If they're selling you a hat for like $10, they're taking advantage of you being on the beach in Spain and enjoying, and they probably produce it for like $1. But who cares? You need that hat, right? Meow, because the sun is shining on your niggity nang neck. Another scam that I really hate, and I do not like this scam at all. I think this one is kind of gross. But one of the things, you can have like Ubers here. And what the Uber driver will do is they obviously have to go through tolls if you're going on a longer trip, or highways and stuff like that. So they'll ask you, do you want to take the highway? So of course you say, I want to take the highway because it's significantly faster. Otherwise the trip's going to take like 4 or 5 times longer, and then you end up spending more money anyway because you're, going the long way around. And they charge by mileage and time. Laughing at us. There's not 225 viewers over here. Beeves is just antagonizing this poor blue individual who has actually fought very valiantly. I will say he has a lot of heart to stick with this as long as he has. He's probably like 8 hours in at this point. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna lose this. Everybody's kind of like worried on the edge of their seat. Who's gonna cave first? Is it gonna be blue? Is it gonna be the Nom guys? Because blue could still potentially win this. Green could come back at any point. They just need blue to go AFK. So what this scam is they say, okay, do you want to use the highway? So you have to pay a toll, and then they ask you for the toll up front, and then you're like, oh, okay, since we did use the toll, that makes sense, and they pay the toll, and you give them that amount of money, and then in the Uber app, it's not technically called Uber, it's called Didi here, but they'll charge you again. And it's not a big deal because you can contact the customer service, and then the customer service will be like, what happened, blah, blah, blah. You say, okay, I gave this guy money, and then he charged me again on your app, and I had to pay that because otherwise I can't get another car. And it's just a hassle. I don't know how they figure it out with the driver, if they like deduct points from him or give him less customers or whatever, blacklist him. But they're always good to refund it. But it takes you like 2 hours of your time, and it's not even worth it at that point. You're just like, okay, let him have the additional like X bucks for the highway fee. Bad manners to play. Ha ha ha. He's not saying any of this to the non boys. I think if Blue actually. I mean, do you guys think this is bad manners? And look at this. He has reconstructed this wall over here. He is looking to go AFK. I would not be surprised if he constructed a full stone wall. He does not want to let the non-players win. I also realized that I forgot to mention the Korean superstition thing. So we talked about the number 4 and stuff like that as they are taunting away, being bad luck in China. In Korea, it is very, very bad to write somebody's name in red. You do not put somebody's name in red. If you put somebody's name in red, it means that they are dead. I don't know where half of these things come from, but I feel by means of traveling, exploration, and adventure, you not only expose yourself to broader ideas, you also expose others to your ideas, and maybe they don't necessarily agree with them. Maybe they think the nom in the middle is absolutely stupid and disgusting and gross, and it's a bad way to play, and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. The fake GGs. Well, green kind of also fake GG'd at a certain point, right? You're getting markets, they're sending the resources back and forth, trying to get town centers up, trying to get trade back up. Looks like, oh, it wasn't a fake GGs. Blue actually resigned. Blue actually resigned. Oh, this is too good to be true. We're right on to the next stage. We were destroyed, back on land, and now just have to retake land and enjoy. Green could still come back at any time and ruin this entire parade, but hey, that's part of the non-business. Ain't nothing to worry about. Slow and steady, after all. Wins the race. I love the elephant surprise in this one. The whole bunch of ballista elephants was absolutely majestic. Let's take a look at the overall map. Now, I think that they could have done a little bit better on their map design. Yeah, these castles are all good and well, but if you look at the 15-hour one, you can actually see that they went for a full wall off. They had tons and tons of try-hard production buildings. I believe they even like walled off their trade. They made their trade as efficient as possible. Look at this trade. It's all over the place. This is not efficient trading. And personally, I like this strat because if somebody did this against me, I would love it. And I have loved it. I think it's fun and interesting to push them off of water. And I know that if somebody does this to me, I would be able to get rid of them eventually on water. Slowly but surely. You just have to keep attacking. You have to have the perseverance to overcome this strategy. Is it difficult? Yes. If you have a business meeting in about an hour, are you going to win? Probably not. This is all about commitment. This is all about perseverance. And what you can do once you do go back on land is get redemption monks. Redemption monks work so freaking well. Purple just took a big gamble, deleting a whole bunch of his own shipperoonies just to have more pop space. I don't think that's a bad call at this point, because it will allow him to get back into the game quicker. He was down to one Vill at a certain point. Oh, he's even getting shot over here on this wood. There's not much wood remaining at all over here. Gotta be careful still with these castles. Yeah, raiding the trade is great and all, but these elephants are much more important than the trade, as green already has almost 400k gold in the bank. Just take out these castles slowly, slow and steady wins the race. Actually, having some bombard cannons in the transport ships, I can really see some meaning behind that, because then you can kind of hop them out. It's all about not showing your hand too early with this strategy as well. Is this going to get converted, or is it just going to get destroyed? It is going to get converted eventually. Beeves is just running into this trade. This wonder cannot stand, and it is going to go down by means of ballista elephants. That's absolutely hilarious. Town centers are going down, and surely this game is now going to be more and more in the bank, as green cannot come back from this, even though he has so much res against free players who have almost 200 pop each. Actually, they're still quite a bit off, but they're getting there. They're getting there. Going to be very, very hard to have the production buildings to keep up with the spam that the Nom boys have. Delicious. Just to be clear, I just like observing different cultures, and there's always going to be things that annoy you, especially on vacation destinations. Or you know what I also really dislike, and this is in all countries. It's phone companies, man. Phone companies are absolutely terrible. I had an experience in the U.S. where a guy tricked me into buying a new phone, and I said, "Oh, I get a free upgrade." And he's like, "Yeah, you get a free upgrade." Blah 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 blah. So I bought the new phone. Turned out I did not get a free upgrade, and I was getting charged an additional $30 for like 2 years. And I tried to cancel it, and they're like, "Oh, you already got the phone. You signed this paper." Yeah, but the guy told me that it was free. I didn't have to pay anything in the store. I had to pay a whole bunch over the next 2 freaking years, which was kind of unfortunate. But my point is, there's a lot of tricksters out there, but it doesn't take away from the good people that are there. One of the great experiences we had on this trip, on one of our last destinations after we went out of the jungle and just kind of enjoyed one day before traveling. Oh, if you're doing long legs with small kids, I really recommend, if you're kind of trying to split it up, if you're doing a car vacation or if you're doing a train vacation. We took I think like a 6-hour train and then a 3-hour train, and then after that 6-hour train we kind of took a day break. GG's, the graffiti is coming out. This is stage 9 over here, the enjoy phase, and boy oh boy oh boy are we going to enjoy. I'm actually going to just slow this down just a little bit so I can tell some more of these stories to you. One of the great things that happened on our vacation is we had a hotel room with a bathtub, because I really wanted my daughter to be able to bathe well. She doesn't really love showers. And the bathtub in one of the hotels wasn't working. And I was kind of upset with the hotel, because the main feature and the reason that we got that hotel was the bathtub. And then the boss of the hotel said, "No problem. We're going to give you an upgrade. I'm going to give you a discount on that upgrade. This is your new room." So we got a really, really nice room for the same price as the room that we had, basically. And in addition to that, we got another day, because we loved it so much, at the same price. They said, yeah, it's totally fine. And her daughter was wonderful, was 8 years old, hung out with our daughter. It was just genuine kindness, because the woman understood that we were having a bad time. We had just traveled 7 to 8 hours that day, or however long it was with you know, train and taxi and all of that stuff included, as we are slowly seeing the demise of our enemies over here. What is this? An N or a Z for Zoro? I think it's going to be a Nom. I think Nom is going to be spelled over here. Definitely need to see some wonders at this point. If we don't see wonders, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. And this is where you enjoy. You really have to enjoy at this point. In general in life, you should enjoy. So we actually took their daughter out to dinner. My daughter had a great time with their daughter. They were playing in the pool together. They were, being kids, and it was funny. My daughter doesn't really like eating all that much, but with Jie, which means sister in Chinese, bigger sister, she was eating like it was nothing. There was no putting pressure on her to eat. There was no distracting with toys. She just ate because she wanted to show off for the 8-year-old. Like, look, Daddy, I'm a big girl too. I can eat food like a regular person. I'm like, thank God you freaking can, because otherwise that would be bad. And it's honestly just nice to spend a vacation with your kid and only just focus on your kid. It looks like all the wood's going to be chopped here. I think that maybe that's one of the goals, is to chop every single tree over here. Yeah, it looks like they're actually going for every single tree as they are spelling out Nam. I think he wanted to go new and then decided, nah, we just go Nam instead. Yeah, that's, what is this? Yeah, that's the M. Okay. Might want to delete some of these shops just to make this look a little bit nicer. Point is, there are a lot of really, really great people out there, and just because I talk about negative experiences with people who have scammed me does not mean that people are like that. In general, it's good to see the good in the world, but also to be wary of people who do want to take advantage of you, as these paladins are tricked into their death. More and more paladins are slowly being brought over. Oh man, I actually lost that Bombard to one of those paladins. Absolutely hilarious. They all went for one another murder. Oh my god, Blue just. Oh my god, Blue just. I'm really happy we saw that. Oh, Blue just murdered so many missionaries. That's hilarious. Beeves is just slowly making the rounds with these ballista elephants. He's really enjoying these ballista elephants. He hasn't created extra ones. He's just had these 49 for a long period of time. I think they were like 79 at one point. See the good in the world. Be happy in your life. Enjoy the things that you are doing. Oh, yeah, I'm looking for my notes over here. Another thing that I didn't get to mention is if you ever want a good photographer, and I'm smiling as I say this, if you ever want to have a good photographer on your trip, go to any tourist site and find the guy who's taking millions of pictures of his girlfriend. They will always take high quality pictures of your family. You just say, hey, you, and they'll do like the freaking squat, man. They'll get down on like all fours and they'll be like, okay, this angle, that angle. What is this? Rads? I just think it's hilarious how our generation has progressed. But that's what you do if you want some quality photos on a vacation, is you just find the boyfriend who is taking 75 million pictures of his girlfriend. Okay, yeah, mentioned that. Oh, this one was wild. This is my final one, my final story for you here. So when we were in the hotel, I told you how the woman was really, really nice. We actually met another family there who actually had mixed kids themselves, but they weren't the parents. So listen to this, and this one was wild for me. And once again, it's very easy to judge, but I think you have to be open-minded. Look at this. Villagers against paladins. I think I put my money on the paladins there. This grandpa and grandma have one daughter, but guess how many kids they have? Take your guesses now. Put them in the chat. Well, they actually have 12. Now, how does one daughter have 12 babies? Well, they're all test tube babies. These individuals were really, really wealthy, and they had 12 grandkids because they loved kids so much. I'm just following these elephants around. I don't even care at this point. What is this? Hi, Mom. Mac user, I hope you do show your mother this. And to our Poop Lord said hi. I really do appreciate it. 12 kids. And it's easy to be like, oh yeah, well that's absolutely... Wait, what? Oh my god. Green actually What? How did that work? Because Green has a Spanish missionary now. That is very, very strange, to say the least. Actually, I think that one Spanish missionary might be the last building that they possess. Wonders going up. Graffiti being created. And this is what the map currently looks like. A desolate wasteland. I think every single tree has been chopped. The Nom guys finish it off just for good measure. I'm really looking to see if there are no more trees on the map. I mean, there are still some resources available. There's still 3 Ibex over here. Spelling freaking 11 with the elephants over here is definitely making me smile, to say the least. Is there any more wood? There is. Wait, zoom out. Double click the tree. That's it. There is this one tree, and I don't think they're gonna see it. This one tree over here. You know, that just means they have to do it all over again. This one doesn't count. I was told that all the wood was chopped. There is still one tree over here. 100 wood remaining. Disqualification. The win doesn't count. This is the longest Nom into victory. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, was this a game. I don't think Purple even constructed a wonder over here. We have the wonderful, wonderful Turkish wonder. We have the Khmer wonder. But we do not have a Spanish wonder. I also saw, I think that was the Slavic wonder over here. I might be mistaken on that as well. Let's quickly take a look at the statistics and call this one a Riggedy Ran wrap. Oh, because we had the crashes occur, our timeline looks totally off. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no. Well, in that case, what I can do is I can quit this and then go onto here and check out the statistics like this. Okay, that works. I mean, we just have to go old school statistics. That's totally fine. And now we can see the total KDs and stuff like that, because that's always fun to look at after in 2,140 kills from the Spanish player. Yeah, with Spanish gangas, you get so many kills. It's absolutely disgusting. Economy, blue, try hard over here, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. Really do appreciate what blue did and actually made the game entertaining for us to watch. Managed to push them off of land a second time. What a crazy timeline. This surely was the wonders that were constructed and destroyed. All three of them actually made a wonder. Okay. Yeah, I guess they deleted their wonder. I don't know why they would delete their wonder, but oh, this is a wonder destroyed icon, I think, and the last wonder is actually not on the timeline that was constructed by Mac user. Very, very interesting. Also, these times at the bottom seem to be totally off, or they're just so condensed, because look, it's 10 hours and 33, and here we have 7, 8, where's 9, 10? This is just not, and look at this. What? Just DE things, I suppose. And with that, don't let your memes just be dreams. Keep walking and enjoy. Poop Lord out.